Nusa. We go way back with Brian, back to the good old days. Well, first of all, before I get into anything that we're going to do up here, let's first start with saying thank you to everybody that's here, the friends and family of Brian and Allie. You're all so honored to be a part of this celebration, so thank you all. Mr. and Mrs. Levitan, I know you want me to call you Peggy. You'll always be Mr. and Mrs. Levitan to me. My mom taught me well. You have a beautiful family. You really do. And I truly admire the closeness bond that you all have with one another. Allie, you're blessed to be joining this group and to be part of their camp. Mr. and Mrs. Jacobs, I've just met you, but you seem like an excellent family as well. You're beautiful, and I know that Brian is absolutely honored to be joining your family. And to our married couple. We're not married. Soon to be married couple. I wish that you will all carry on the traditions of your family. I wish you love, happiness, good fortune, and much success. And now for something totally different. The life of Brian Levitan is one so... I'm speaking in an English accent, rather. Yeah.
Definitely speaking to the mic this one.
You guys totally didn't set this up, did you? Have a drink, everybody, please. Maybe two, maybe three.
Soft shoe, man, soft shoe. Just a little tap, just a little soft shoe.
You want me to sing?
No.
It's just like a typical Levitan party. The technology doesn't work. Oh, not your party. We don't get invited to your party. We're way too low class.
Are you ready?
Yes, please. The life of Brian Levitan is one so fascinating that a staggering 50% of those in attendance are here for him and him alone. Yes, it's quite impressive. Friends and family alike, today we all look in delight in our common understanding of who Brian Levitan is, and we laugh. In that this is a rehearsal dinner, we felt it important to celebrate the sophistication and romantic aspirations of Brian Levitan. Aspirations that have earned him the love of someone that we are all now blessed to know. Our Brian Levitan story goes all the way back to the 1980s during our formative years in Syosset. And for those of you who know Brian, as long as we have, much of this story will be very familiar. And for those of you who don't know Brian quite as well, we present to you a formula for romance, the Brian Levitan story. We first join our happy couple as they share a romantic meal at one if by land and two if by sea. They've just been stood up by Brian's sister Danny and brother-in-law Seth. And Brian prepares to ask one of the most important questions he will ever ask.
Waiter, does the chicken piccata have any milk products in it? It does. Can you put lactate instead for me?
Brian, this is such a nice dinner. It's too bad Danny and Seth couldn't come. But at least we'll get to be together on this special night.
Special night? What do you mean special night? What are you talking about? What's so special about it?
You know, just you and me together. Anything can happen.
Well, there's other people here too, so nothing special can happen. Tonight is just a really normal night.
You're so funny. I need to go to the restroom.
Oh, okay, no problem. Take your time. Waiter! Okay, my girlfriend's in the bathroom right now. And I'm going to propose to her. And when she gets back, I need you to set the air conditioning at exactly 60 degrees. According to Wikipedia, that's the temperature experts determine to elicit the most positive response for female advances. I'll need you to turn the radio on to something from the 80s. She works for VH1, and thus I will demonstrate an understanding of her world. I will need you to ask the gentleman 2 tables away. Please stop chewing so loudly. It's critical that the lights be dim to just above 40 lumens, for obvious reasons. Now, for the big moment, I'll need you to bring out the champagne in a silver bucket, shined to 22 listeners. Followed by, 35 seconds later, a tiramisu cake in the shape of Rick Astley. Followed by a rendition of More Than a Feeling, sung in the key of D sharp, please. A quartet, not a trio. It's just a... Here she comes. Can you please go now?
What's the matter, Brian? You look so tense.
Tense? What makes you feel intense?
Is there something you want to tell me?
Well, actually, I know you love me. I'm very handsome. I'm smart. I'm ambitious. I went to NYU Business School. I have a 6-pack. And of course, you're nice. And I think you should know my past before I show you my future. I want to tell you about my first love. She was Japanese. We were young and I was innocent. I brought her all kinds of fancy things. The Power Glove. The Max. The Advantage. I brought her friends to keep her company, like Rob the robot. I'm amazed that even to this day, there's room in my heart for you. After the emotional, spiritual journey I experienced with my Nintendo Entertainment System. And my only regret is that I didn't have any friends.
Now, what Brian fails to realize is that he actually did have quite a number of friends, and a lot of them. It's that they were all just sitting next to him in his basement as he carried on his lurid love affair with his Nintendo.
Do you want to go outside for a while? Come on.
Yes, it's true. Brian managed to maintain a romantic affair with his Nintendo Entertainment System for some years. And through that, he learned the values of patience. As Brian entered elementary school, Brian discovered lots of new things, like basketball. And he was terrible at basketball. The first time I ever saw him throw a free throw, he threw it clear over the backboard, and I'm not exaggerating. He also demonstrated an interest in music. He began playing the clarinet and piano after Mr. and Mrs. Levitan convinced him that they were made by the makers of Nintendo. He also had a unique talent for flipping his eyelids backwards. Now this accomplished 3 separate things. First, it made his social calendar extremely manageable. Second, it allowed him to play Nintendo non-stop for a week straight. And finally, the behavior would later require him to sleep using only an eye mask.
By virtue of the many sleepover parties, trips, overnight stays at friends' houses, and a summer in the Hamptons, the legend was born. At these gatherings, in the evening, night would fall, and mild-mannered Brian Levitan would slip into his alter ego. pulling his sleepy mask over his face and sticking earplugs into his head. His friends finally got to meet the great Zorro. On many occasions, snoring guests would find Brian standing above them, ready to bring justice to the land by waking them to remind them that they were making too much noise. No one snores on Zorro's watch. Zorro once even reprimanded a piece of dust for falling too loud.
Now, as the evening unfolded for our young lovers, Brian began to get to the point.
Ellie Jacobs, I want you to know that I love you, and I think it's time that I said this. Oh my God, Brian! Ellie Jacobs, one time in high school, I made a video game where I superimposed all the teachers' heads on the bad guys' bodies, and the point of the game was to kill the principal with a bazooka that shoots rubber chickens. I think it's important you knew that. Also, I'm an award-winning dancer and musician, and one time I composed a song called Baby Baby Bears, and our baby is Can Baby Be. And it goes to the tune of the Wedding March. And I'd like to play that song for you right now. Brian's a terrible dancer, and you're about to see why. The way to do Brian Levitan is first you take your shoulder and try to dislocate it, by launching it forward, quickly followed by the other. Make sure not to dislocate it. The second step is pretend your head is on a spring and wobble it as quickly as possible.
Shortly thereafter, Brian proposed to Allie. And that's where we would all find out that he had the most understanding, patient, giving, and tolerant soon-to-be wife in the world. And we wish you all the happiness in life, happiness that Nintendo couldn't bring you.
Irony of ironies, we know that Richie was nice enough to present something so meaningful as a bottle of whiskey from an event that took place a long time ago. And so we actually have found a relic from our past as well, from the Briss of Brian. It's not a bottle of whiskey. Look on it.
they got kicked photos.